RKO Radio Pictures presents A Capital Idea. Easy.
Oh, stop reading titles out loud. Here, maybe some of this candy will keep you quiet.
Oh, yes, thanks. I think I will have some. Oh, look, dear, what a cute baby. Hello. Want a piece of candy? Let me give him a piece, dear.
Okay, here.
Here's a nice big piece of chocolate. Say thanks, thanks. Oh, you mean him. My mistake.
You have to make friends with everybody, don't you?
Oh, it wasn't hard with him. It's just as easy as giving candy to a baby. I think he's the cutest.
Yes, all right, Jane. Now I want to watch this picture.
Oh, yes. What did it say it was about?
The Capitol. There it is. That's Washington. Washington, D.C.
D.C.?
Yes, Washington, D.C. Beautiful city, isn't it? I've always thought I'd like to live there, wouldn't you?
Well, what would we do with our radio?
What about our radio?
Well, it's AC.
Oh, and this is D.C. Yes. Oh, look, there's the Capitol building with the Supreme Court in the foreground. That beautiful new building there. See it?
Oh, yes, the Supreme Court. I didn't know it was that close.
Yes, there it is, just across the way.
Well, that's nice and neighborly.
Yes. There's the famous Washington Monument. And there's the Lincoln Memorial, both erected to our two greatest presidents.
Isn't that a coincidence about them? Both born on holidays, I mean.
Yes, I never thought of that. And here's a close-up of the Capitol getting its annual bath. It gets a washing like this every year.
Every year?
Yes, they give it a thorough cleaning out like this every year.
Oh, I thought it was every 4 years.
Yes, they do clean it out every 4 years.
Oh, the little boy wants another piece of candy. Here you are, Sonny. Now watch the picture. See, there's the underhand railway.
That's the underground railroad that the congressmen use. It takes the congressmen from their offices direct to the Senate and the House. It's called the monorail system. It's under the Capitol building.
Monorail? Looks like the scenic railway, doesn't it?
Yes, sort of.
Oh, I better tell him. See, little boy, that's the scenic railway the Giants use when they
The Giants?
Yes. What ball team did you say? Oh, the Senators.
Oh, all right, Jane. Let him alone. He's not interested.
Well, I'm not either very much.
Well, it wouldn't hurt you to know a little more about Washington.
Oh, I know all about it. First in war, first in peace, but sixth in the American League.
You tickle me.
All right.
What's this gentleman doing? Oh, I get it. He's the man who makes the gavels they use in the Senate and the House of Representatives.
What are they for?
Gavels? Well, you know, they're used to keep the congressman in order.
Oh, boy, I'll bet they hurt.
Hurt?
Yeah, I'll bet they hurt.
You don't think they're used to slug congressmen over the head, do you? They're pounded on a desk by the chairman. Something like he's doing now, see?
Oh, but my way's better, I think.
Yeah, maybe it would be at that. Washington has 4 police departments: Park, Metropolitan, White House, and Capitol.
Just think you can get 4 kinds of tickets for parking in Washington.
Yes. There's a park policeman.
I know. He doesn't let you park.
Yes, that's the Lincoln Memorial back there.
He's not going to make a move that, is he?
No, I don't think so. It's been there so long, you know, I don't think you...
Metropolitan Police Department.
Yeah, they keep law and order in Washington. And here's a White House policeman. He guards the White House where the president and his family live.
Hello. He waves.
Oh, here's who he waved at, this peanut vendor. I read something about this fella. He was ordered off the place by the police, but Mrs. Roosevelt had him reinstated. You
mean Mrs. Roosevelt was at home?
Yes, she was at home, I believe. And here's a Capitol policeman. He keeps the heavy traffic moving around the Capitol building. Pretty warm there, I guess.
Oh, it gets awfully hot there. I read in the paper where it was over 90 there for 10 straight days one week.
For 10 straight days one week. Sort of a long, no parking at any time. They don't believe much in signs, do they, in Washington?
No parking, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., except while loaded or...
Loaded? They must be. Look at them parked there. And from every state in the Union, Ohio, North Carolina, California.
California? Imagine living in California and not being able to find any place closer to park in Washington.
Yes, the parking problem is a problem everywhere. Connecticut, Maryland.
Oh, a tailor's car.
Press.
Oh, look, somebody even parked their cannons there.
Yes, I noticed they did. And here's the Force School. This is the school the children of all the presidents go to.
They do? Oh, I'm going to tell this little boy. He'll like that. See, Sonny, that's the school the presidents go to when they're little children. Oh, look, he keeps reaching for more candy. Give me that box, dear. Here you are. You think I'll make him sick?
I don't know about him, but everybody else around here isn't anything. Let him alone.
Oh, he likes me. He keeps patting my face.
All right, watch the picture now. There's the cafeteria. Nothing over 10 cents.
Half fried chicken, 30 cents. Well, that seems to me to be over 10 cents.
Not in Washington, I guess. Smithsonian Institution. This is going to be interesting. There it is. The Smithsonian Institution was founded by a man whose real name was Macy, but who changed it to Smithson. He was born in France, lived in England, died in Italy, and left his money to the United States.
How'd he find time for all that?
Well, it kept him pretty busy. Martha Washington. These are copies of the gowns worn by the wives of the presidents at inaugural balls and things like that. Martha Washington, you know who she was.
Washington, D.C.'s wife?
Well, that's close enough for you.
She looks sweet. How did they ever get around in those dresses?
Mary Todd Lincoln, Abraham Lincoln's wife. She did quite a lot of fancy dressing, I understand. She had her own dressmaker right in the White House. Sarah Angelica Van Buren. She was mistress of the White House when Van Buren was president.
Oh, that's what that meant before, a Van Buren production.
I suppose so.
Oh, look at those three.
Jane, quiet. That's Mrs. McKinley, Mrs. Roosevelt, and Mrs. Taft. Quaint sort of styles, aren't they? That costume of Mrs. McKinley's was made by a New York dressmaker, and she wore it at her husband's inaugural ball. And Mrs. Taft there on the right, well, I read somewhere that she was living at the White House when they started this collection of famous costumes, and she was very enthused about it. In fact, she was one of the ladies who helped collect the dresses.
You know everything, don't you, dear?
Oh, I just happen to know about that. Oh, here we are, Mrs. Wilson's and Mrs. Harding's costumes. You know, some of these gowns they won't let you photograph. They're copyrighted and must not be displayed anywhere but at the Smithsonian Institution.
I don't know why anybody would want to copy those.
Well, they have historical value.
I'll say they are.
And this is Mrs. Coolidge's gown. That was the short dress period, remember?
Yes, but even at that. Dear, you know, I'm glad you'll never become president if I ever had to
I see what you mean, Jane. Well, that'll probably keep me from ever becoming president, I guess. The Bureau of Standards. Oh, this is another interesting department in Washington. They test various things here to see if they're up to standard. This is a testing machine for stockings to see how they withstand runs.
Oh, that's interesting. Oh, there's a run.
Uh-huh.
There's another. That's 2 runs.
Are you keeping score?
Uh-huh, I like this. 2 runs. Oh, and there's a hole in one.
A hole in one. You're getting your games mixed a little, aren't you? And here's the Capitol draped in the world's largest flag. They unfold this massive flag for special occasions. It's 70 feet wide, and it was made back in 1920.
Oh, I have to tell this little boy. No more candy. He keeps petting me on the cheek. Bye-bye. Oh, look at his face. Isn't he a mess? Bye-bye. Did you ever see such a mess?